on today's episode of How Much Can We Actually Screw Up. Well, on today's episode of How Much Can We Actually Screw Up During Waterways, day 1, we buried the tractor. Day 2, we ended up ruining our rake. So this was our rake. Obviously, that guy is supposed to be attached to this guy, and that is supposed to be straight, and little bend there. I don't know if she's going to be able to be recovered. The rake itself looks pretty decent from being out here. We'll have to get it loaded on the trailer, take it back home. I don't think we're going to be able to bend it back. You're not going to be able to bend it back at any time soon, at least. That doesn't look too terrible. Might be able to bend those up. I don't know. What happened was, kind of over by the trailer, there's kind of a ridge. Definitely too much speed involved, for sure. I don't know if we hit the bump, and just because of how ovaled that out is, if it pulled on the bolt weird. Looking at it closer, I mean, this is pretty thin to begin with. That's pretty ovaled out, just to do wear and tear. And I don't know if that pulled it, broke that guy, and obviously that became a plow. And bottom of the rake was up there, so that's disappointing. Broke a couple other things on it. One of our supports for our height, she gone. Yeah, it's pretty disappointing. I mean, rakes are the stupidly expensive pieces. That rake cost me more than my actual baler did. This would have been the 3rd year on it that we had it, so yeah, it's frustrating, but it is what it is. Luckily, there was a guy on Facebook Marketplace. I messaged him about his rake that he was selling. He said I could meet him tonight. He actually wasn't available until like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, but he got his mom to come out and meet me, and he said I could use his tractor that was laying around or out there, because he's getting out of the hay business and just kind of focusing on crops and his work schedule and things like that. So bought a rake. It was actually less expensive than this one initially. It is a PTO driven, so instead of it being ground driven like this one, I'll have a constant speed, which actually doing these waterways the other day, I was kind of thinking the same thing, that as you take those tight turns, that rake actually slow down if not comes to a stop. Therefore, with the PTO driven, it is going to keep going. But I really didn't want to have to go buy one, but I just kind of forced my hand, and well, you took what cost me $800–900 a couple years ago, and you turned it into maybe $100 that you can sell for parts, either that or like 20 bucks at the scrapyard. So that's frustrating. The other frustrating part is not really many of these parts are interchangeable with my new one. Not the right wheels, not the right tines. I mean, this isn't the same, but I don't know if I'll be able to swap that. Plus, I don't know about the bearings there. I mean, it's just not much is interchangeable. we'll kind of go over the new rake here real quick. It should be just fine. Should run as it should. It's a John Deere, so you know, for my family, like, maybe I won't be completely outcasted. It's John Deere 350, which I really don't care about the color. Some people think the green color adds a couple zeros behind the price tag. Luckily this guy, I think he knew the fair value of it, and he was selling it at a fair price, and so he was available that night, so we were able to go get it. His PTO driven, like I said, hooks up right there. This is supposed to be a hydraulic cylinder. He threw that in, said it leaks by, never really worked right, so he took it off and just put a manual crank on it. Obviously PTO goes to like a gearbox, yoke, whatever that is, and then runs as a pulley, and you just have one consistent speed. It's got smaller tires that are on a swivel. Yeah, it should do just fine, and we'll roll with that guy, and we'll have to put that on the trailer and take that home, but that's gonna be least of our priorities. We're gonna, this morning until the dew's really off, which it actually really didn't do all that much, we're gonna just run equipment around, get everything ready. Probably start by baling over here, get some of the real thin stuff. We'll jump over there and rake what we cut yesterday, and we'll see how that goes. So, fun time to run some equipment around and get our day started.
What is Daddy picking up?
Hay bales.
That's right. Where's he tossing them?
In there.
In the hay wagon?
Yeah. That's where he tossing them. He's tossing them in the hay wagon.
Do you think it makes Daddy feel strong?
Yeah.
So he can pick up all these bales he made?
Yeah.
What's our job?
Driving a truck.
That's right. Are we big helpers?
Yeah. I'm a little helper.
You're a little helper?
Yeah. Charlotte's an itty bitty helper.
Charlotte's an itty bitty helper?
Yeah. Charlotte's an itty bitty helper. There's a baby. Guys riding in there.
Yeah.
They're hopping out and then out.
In and out, in and out.
He's going in and out. In and out, in and out.
That's sad. Said that's sad. That was your nice one. Well, day 3's perils, huh?
I walked to the tonight.
He did.
Why?
I must have fallen out of his pocket. I doubt it. So day 1, what happened day 1? Oh, okay. Day 1, he got the tractor stuck when running the hay bine. So he found the ditch, because this is a waterway that we're haying that belongs to a farmer down the road, right from our house, which is really convenient, but it's a giant ditch. So we kind of knew what spots to look out for, but he found one with his tractor. Got it quite a bit stuck. Day 2, he broke the rake. Bolt came off and essentially just rolled the rake over on itself. Now day 3, he's lost his pocket knife. Day 2 was expensive. Day 3 and day 1 not so bad.